Utah veterans were honored with the trip of a lifetime for the 40th Utah Honor Flight.
Yeah, these veterans got to spend 2 days in Washington, D.C., seeing the memorials to those lost in the wars they fought in. Our Kelly Vaughen was honored to go along with these veterans on the trip and shares their stories in a special Eye on Utah report.
74 veterans made the trip here to Washington, D.C. to be honored for their service and to remember those that were lost.
It'll be down there where the crowd is.
Army veteran George Strutzel made the trip from southern Utah with the hopes of finding his friend's name among the 58,000 inscribed on the Vietnam Memorial.
His name was Charles Haber. Skip.
This trip to Washington, D.C. is one many of these veterans have waited years for. The Honor Flight veterans were able to take part in a flag ceremony at Fort McHenry, the site of the battle that inspired the lyrics of the Star-Spangled Banner. Their well-worn hands unfurling a flag they have each defended. At the Air Force Memorial, Jay Nielsen recalled his 34 years in the Air Force, flying in planes armed with atomic bombs.
I wanted to fly, I dreamed to fly when I was a little kid.
Dreams of adventure or love of country is what drew many of the veterans to serve. Others were drafted and some were given a choice.
I was sentenced by juvenile court for traffic tickets. I was either going to go to reform school or 4 years in the Marine Corps.
At 17 years old, William Gardner chose the military.
There's no good day in war, ever.
The veterans paid their respects at Arlington National Cemetery and watched the changing of the guard at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. They honored those lost in what was called the Forgotten War at the Korean War Veterans Memorial. As they lined up for a military ceremony at the World War II Memorial, Roger Yulberg, a veteran of that war, watched on, thinking back to his days in the Army.
I'm thinking about a lot of people that I knew there should be here, but they're gone. They're not here anymore.
Back at the Vietnam Memorial, Willard Dean honors the men he lost as a platoon commander in the Marine Corps.
Very humbling. I got 4 of my men I found. Not like men in my platoon, but brothers.
Further down the wall, George Strutzel is still looking for his high school classmate's name.
Charles H. Haber, Jr.?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him right there.
I'm touching his name, so you're touching him through me. Thank you so much for your service, for your sacrifice.
Many of these veterans were not welcomed home after their service, making their Honor Flight homecoming back in Salt Lake all the more special.
We all did our part. It was my honor to serve. I just can't tell you how thankful I am.
I'm proud to be an American.
Each poster and hug serving as a reminder that their sacrifices will never be forgotten. Reporting for Eye on Utah, Kelly Vaughen, KUTV 2 News.
And they are the brave souls we all need to thank
Heroes.
every day.
Heroes for sure.
And we're keeping our eye on Utah with all the stories that are important to you. If you have any story ideas, you can email Kelly at eyeonutah@ktv.com, and she'll look into it.